Oh my God, it's going. Things are really happening and we're just feeling very excited for it. So everybody feels like they're in space when they come to Iceland.
When my mother caught me smoking first when I was like 15, it was not a matter of like you shouldn't smoke, you're just a little bit too young. So there hasn't been stigma around the plant, for me at least. My name is Önundur, you can call me Önni, and this is Vagnin in Flattery. I mean, the history of cannabis here is quite old. It wasn't until like the late 2000s we started seeing wheat. There's always been somebody smoking in Flattery since I can remember myself. And they know this around here. So back in the day before, Telegram and the internet and all that shit, I would get like knocks on the door from people around the fjords. Is there anything to smoke here in Flattery? And there usually was. It changed quite a lot after 9/11 because then the hash production just totally was closed down. When the weed started coming more and more, like in the maybe last 10 years, it's becoming more and more normalized. I kind of had an epiphany. It was 2019, I think. I tried hemp for the first time, the CBD variety, and I mixed a little bit of THC into it. It was all I needed. So like now, daily, I don't smoke THC. It totally changed the way I look at the plant.
In love with that plant for a very long time. So it's just finding the right ratios for you to be able to function.
Yeah.
And definitely, we just know how much CBD can do for you, even though so many people don't realize it when they're using it. They think that's not doing anything for you, but it's doing a lot for you guys. So you should definitely use it, and it helps you with all the side effects that can come with THC. Yeah. CBD is going to take care of that. So it's very important to build your body up with CBD. It's the inflammation, it's waking up the body to go to the homeostasis. Then you integrate this THC for your pain or your sleep or you need to eat or whatever you're looking for. So I think it's definitely high dose of CBD is always better and having some ratio of THC. Some people don't even need THC, and that's a beautiful thing if you don't need it. But when people need it, they should be able to get it. This is what I did with my outside growing, and when I was doing the stems and everything. I gave it to the university, technical school, to the art school and everything, and they all made new developments. And we really want to show the younger people how beautiful the plant is and how many options you have, so they won't have the triggers that our generation has, that this is something dangerous. So I think the best way is integrated into the universities and the schools and show them, because we have had so many, like kids making incense, they've been making plastic, they've been making art, and they've done a lot of just like business plans and all kind of things. And we are getting called, my hemp association is getting called like all year round from students asking, how can we do this, how can we do that, and really wanted to do something more sustainable. But they are thinking sometimes quite big, and they're like, oh, we just want to do this plastic bags are hemp and they won't get wet. And I was like, oh, well, I can't tell you how to do that, But they really see but they don't maybe realize we have to figure a lot of things out ourselves because we haven't done that much research because of all the ban and all the rules and everything. But the opportunity opens when we can really just do all the research we want, then we will definitely see what the plant can do. Yeah. And there's probably 1,000 more options out there than we really know today.
But now
how far can we go in that grove?
Okay.
And we realized, of course, we are in zone 7 we are not in a European zone, and we should not be getting seed from Europe like we have EU list. We are not, so I'm talking to people in Alaska, North Canada now, even to Siberia, people who are in 7th zone, and we're hoping to do trials next year on stems, growth, and a CBD out of flowers that are taking 55 to 60 days. That would work very well for Iceland. Yes. And do different trials for next summer, and then we would of course just apply for a license to be able to get seeds from different zones, because everything that grows in Iceland, and few things that grows in Iceland, are all from Alaska or Canada seeds. So I think we just have to realize it is really outrageous that they have us in the European zone, because there is nothing that is in Europe that grows in Iceland.
Cannabinoids changed my life. I love this tattoo. This tattoo is not so beautiful, but I like this tattoo.
Right, and this is what? This is a DNA strand?
Yes.
DNA strand. Yes. Interesting. So obviously your daughter had an advanced form of epilepsy. It was genetically inherited condition, CDKL5.
Yes, because
and I don't know if you can depict the actual CDKL5 gene in here, but obviously the gene defective, and that is what's causing all the unfortunate seizure episodes. But it's very interesting how CBD helps to correct that defective gene, and then all of a sudden the seizure episodes started to go down. It was so interesting for you to show us all today the graph for the seizures. When you first got CBD, they were very high, but they started to go down. And then all of a sudden you couldn't get CBD for a couple of months, and the seizures came back up, and then finally you got the approval through the judge, and all you had to do to, my gosh, go through the court process and through the visa.
after his decision, we talked with the judge. And he told for us he make his decision with that picture. That picture of
Really?
the graphical, he decided allowed Annie to import CBD.
Oh my
because
gosh.
that picture.
How interesting, really.
He looked at this picture and said, my God, it's impossible I say no for this situation. So he allowed Annie to import.
Unbelievable.
Just because that picture.
We are in Reykjavik Head Shop on Ingolstræti 6 in Reykjavik, Iceland. I'm Óðinn Darri and I'm one of the co-owners of Reykjavik Head Shop, and I run this battery with my colleague Bryngeir. I'm a tattoo artist, own a tattoo shop on Hverfisgata. So that's my main job. During COVID, the Hemp Association in Iceland was able to push through allowing to grow hemp again in Iceland, basically. So that's kind of what happened then. We were opening the head shop just as a concept store. It was more of a happening, than opening a business. This is more of representing cannabis, cannabis users, and everything around cannabis also, in the right manner for the first time possibly in Iceland.
My name is Bryngeir. We're here at Ingolstræti. We come from the art scene, and we have been using cannabis as a helping tool to uplift the underground and maybe the people who don't get as much recognition as usually. Not pop culture, more like underground culture. This house stands for just like what Reykjavik was, what we know Reykjavik as, and what our older generations tell us what it is. A lot of hardworking people, fishermen people, we come up hardworking people, and then we have a lot of artists as well. I would say it's something that probably brought us through the dark winters in the past was art, music, venues, concerts all over, art artists just doing their things, pulling out different, traveling maybe abroad, coming back with a whole new idea for what could be new here in Iceland. So it was all very like built on artistic stuff. We come from making wool sweaters, and it's all handcrafted, you know, of how we used to live here in, like, I don't know how you call it, torfhús, like grass, mud houses, you know. That's even a sculpture, you know. I mean, we look at this as just an antidote for that, you know. We're not supposed to have this house, you know. We're doing it as a community. We're doing it together. We need the people that are renting upstairs to be the right people. We need the people that are downstairs to be the right people, and that everybody helps to keep the community together. Not everybody going their separate way. That's what we have been using hemp for, like through the head shop. So our passion is art. Our lifestyle is cannabis. So we figured that out after some time of partying and acting like, I mean, there's 50 bars around here. So they're basically telling you, here you're supposed to drink, you know. So we take that away to cannabis, and we use that to just help the art community. Different perspective we're given by having hemp as our friend, you know, like having it normalized. We are just very fortunate to be at this point thinking like this. You know, that's also something we felt at the conference. So to get like professionals here, artists, you know, doctors, teachers, just all in between, you know. And like a funny thing with the interviews I took, like you all had the same point, but from different directions, you know, and there was always the same conclusion, you know. So we're like getting we all had different ideas on how to do it or where to work it from, but the end goal was the same, you know. So that's also very beautiful, and like there's a lot of ways to do everything, but if you just stay honest and stay patient, you can like get the opportunity to do it the right way, and then the privilege that it will lift you up. I mean, I've been saying it, that hemp is the new fish in Iceland.
So this area was selected for the first parliamentary rule in the world, basically, formed here in 930, because you didn't have any king ruling the country, only the 12 chieftains that came together for the parliamentary rule, and it was named Þingvellir because it really means the plains of the parliament, because of what took place here. So it was the assembly of all people who had power, basically, that would determine on things for the entire country once a year at summer solstice.
My name is Jeff Lowenfels. I do as little as I possibly can, and I specialize in napping.
Napping? In the afternoon.